Hello everyone, today we're learning mציעא Daf Hayomi. We're starting Perek Eile Metzias. Says a Mishnah, Eile Metzias sheloi ve'elu chayv la'achriz. What founding that person finds belongs to him, he could keep it, and what you have to announce and say, I found this Mציעא, then someone comes and gives a siman and you give it to him back. Eile Metzias sheloi, these all belong to you. Motza peres mefuzorim, if someone found fruit that's scattered around, mois mefuzoris, money that's scattered around, krichois b'rishus rabim, small bundles of wheat in rishus rabim, in a public place, ve'gula dveila, figs that are squashed together into like a circle, and kikroi shenachtoim, a loaf of a bread that comes from the bakery, not someone who made it at home. Machroize shel dogim, a string of fish. V'chatichoi shel basa, pieces of meat. V'gizei tzemer, and pieces of wool alekuchim imdinosam, that the normal way, they don't have a special shape to them. V'anitzei pishton, and flax, bundles of flax. V'leshoine shel argomon, and wool that's painted into purple. That was like the normal way to do it. It didn't have any specific siman. All the things are Aryeh sheloi divrei amir. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, kol sheyesh bo shinui, anything that has a shinui in it that's different, chayv la'achriz. Kate said, what's the example? Motza igul, if we found the igul that we said before that there's no siman, but there's a piece of cheres inside this igul, so now it has a siman, so you chayv to la'achriz. Kikor b'soiche mois, or you found a loaf from the bakery, but it has money inside, so it has a siman. Reb Shimon Elazar, kol klei and puria in chayv la'achriz. The Gemara is going to explain what means klei and puria. It says the Gemara, motza peres mefuzorim. It says that if you found scattered fruit, you could keep them. Bekama, how much is the spread and the amount that you could keep? And the Gemara is going to explain. Omar Rav Yitzchak, kabra arba amos. One kav, that's an amount, that's scattered around in 4 amas. It says the Gemara, Echidomi, what are we talking about here? Iderch nefila, if it fell down from the person, afilu tuvenami, even if it's 2 kav and 4 amas, he lost it. Why should I not able to keep it? Iderch inuach, if it looks like they put it down and he's going to come back for it, afilu botim orchinami, even if it's less than a kav and 4 amas, half a kav and 4 amas, if he put it down, he wants to come back for it. How could he keep it? Afilu botim orchinami lo, it's not shaloi. Omar we're talking about b'machnashda de bidori askinan. It's talking about where they fresh the wheat, where they step on it to make the peel separate, and that's what we're talking about. It's not talking about where you found it stam in rishus rabim. So therefore, kabar ba'amois. So if someone was there, obviously he used the place for his wheat, and now you come there and you find the karba amamos. So therefore, the nofish tirchayu, that's a hassle to collect it. The master who left it over there won't come back to collect the little bit that's left, because that's not enough of a amount to collect. Afkurim afkulu, he's mafkurit, and therefore you could take it. Bottom achi, less than that, if it's, let's say, a kav in 2 amas or 3 amas, torach, he'll bother v'oda arasti, and he'll come back v'shokilu, and he'll take it v'loi mafkulu, and he won't be mafkurit. So the Gemara is explaining that when the Mishnah is talking about peres mefuzarim, we're talking about a specific case. No way you found it stam in rishus rabim. It's talking about on the threshold, and the guy left it there, and such an amount you won't come back to collect. So now we're going to ask 4 shaylas on this. What's it in? If you have half the amount but half the square footage, now do we say kabra arba amois tamimai? What's the reason it's yours? Mishum de nofish tirchayu, because it's a lot of hassle to pick up a kav in 4 amas. But therefore, chetzika b'shtei amas, kevin de lo nofish tirchayu, it's easier to gather. It takes half the time. Loi mafkaru, he won't be mafkarit, and therefore it's not relu shaloi. Oy dilma mishum de loi chashivi, because a kav is not something that's significant to a person. The chetika b'shtei amos, kevin de loi chashivi, even less. It's even less of an amount. Therefore, mafkilu. So what's the din in that case? Shaila number 1. Shaila number 2, kabayim b'shmoine amos, 2 kav in 8 amos. Mau, kav be'arba amos, tamimai. Why? What's the reason that it's Aryeh l'shaloi mishum denofish tirchayu? Because it's a bother to collect it. The kol shekin kabayim b'shmoine amos, came in the nefesh tirchayu, the nefesh tirchayu, that 2 kav. It's much more amount, it's much more space. So it's a bother to pick up. Fei mafkelu, even more he'll be mafkerit. Oiduma mishum deloi chashivi. 1 kav is not enough of significant of amount. The kabayim b'shmoine amos is given the chashivi because you have a bigger amount over here. Loi mafkelu. And therefore he won't be mafkerit like a kav be'arba amos. That was Shaila number 2. Shaila number 3, kav sumsumim be'arba amos. Sumsumim are sesame seeds, they are very small. Now, do we say kav be'arba amos is the reason why it's Aryeh l'shaloi tamimai mishum deloi chashivi? Because it's not chashuv. The sumsumim given the chashivi loi mafkeru, it has much more value. A person won't be mafker. Or mishum denofesh tirchayu, because it's a bother to gather it. The kol shekein sumsumim given the nofesh tirchayu, since sumsumim is even harder to collect, they're much smaller grains. Tfei mafkelu, even more he'll be mafker kav of sumsumim arba amos. That was Shaila number 3. Shaila number 4. Kav tamri be'arba amos, kav rimoine be'arba amos. What about if it wasn't wheat? It was a kav of dates or kav of pomegranates. What's it in? Kav be'arba amos tamimai mishum deloi chashivi, and kav tamri be'arba amos, kav rimoine be'arba amos nami, kaven deloi chashivi. They have the same value like wheat. Therefore mafkelu, and therefore it's hefka and it's Aryeh l'shaloi. Wheat is hard to collect. The kav tamar be'arba amos, the kav rimoini be'arba amos, but pomegranates and dates, it's much easier to pick them up. The big fruit, he'll come back for them. So it's not Aryeh l'shaloi. What's the din in all these 4 cases? Teiku, tishbi, yitaret, kushis, v'bois. And Alvai will be zoicha, a tishbi will come very, very soon. Itmar, we learned, Tzedek Mor Daf Chof Aleph, Amud Beis, a famous machloikis, when Aryeh and Rava, maybe the first machloikis that we learn as a kid. When we learn Eli Metzias, we learn this machloikis. So what's the din in Yush Lo Midas? Aryeh Omar Lo Yave Yush, it's not considered Yush, Rava Omar Ave Yush. It is Yush. The Gemara is going to explain what the case. B'dover sheyesh bo simin, kulam lo pligi, de lo Yave Yush. In a case, if you found something that has a simin, everyone agrees that it's not considered a yush. Even if later on, after you picked it up, you hear the owner saying, "Oh, I give up on this item that I lost." Lo yav yush. It's not considered yush. Why not? When you picked it up, you had the chiyuv on yourself of a shavas aveda. That's why he was misiyash later. You still have a chiyuv shavas aveda and you need to give it back. Normally, when a person loses something of a siman, he's not miyash. Meima Omar, he'll say to himself, Simone is lebegave, I have a siman. Yavne samina v'shakin lele. I'll bring the siman and I'll take it. So even though they afterwards we did hear him being misiyash, because that's an unusual thing, everyone holds, even Rava holds the yush lemidas, avi yush. In the case of Dover Shesh b'siman, Rava agrees, shlo yavi yush. If you found something that the tsunami came and wiped a lot of items into the sea, or the river overflew, even though that there is a simin, a clear simin in it, you could take it. Both Aryeh, both Rava agree, even if it has a simin. Like we're going to say on Chof Beis Amud Beis, we have a pasuk to tell you this chiddush, even Dover Shesh by simin, if it's totally lost, it's mutter. Keep ligi when the machloikes bedover shein by simin. In the case of you found something that has no simin, Aryeh Omar lo yavi yush. If you picked it up before he was misyash, and afterwards he knows about it, and obviously he'll be misyash because there's no simin, lo yavi yush. Why? Do lo yoda denofamine. He doesn't know that I fell from him, and therefore that day was misyash later. When I picked it up, he wasn't misyash, so I was chalon mi achiv of ashavas aveda. Rava Amar Yush. Rava says Yush Lamidas Aviyush. L'chiyoda denofa min emiyash. Since when later on, when he's going to find out about it, he'll be misyash. Why will he be misyash? Meima Omar Simone Lesle Begavo. because he'll say, I don't have no simin, how will I ever get it back? Me'ashto the miyayish, already now the yush is chal. So Abaye is easy to understand, like we said, b'dover sheyes b'simin, we said before, b'isur osel yodi. And the svar in Rava is, the Rava says something that you're going to be misyayish, it's clearly that later on when he finds out he's going to be misyayish, already now we say the yush is chal. Because it's for sure going to happen, so even they doesn't know about it, it's chal already earlier. Now the Gemara says a bracket, simin pamgash mamkaki kas kaksaz, and each letter is resembling one of the kashas and the shailas that we're going to ask on Abaye or on Rava on the sugya of Yushaloi Midas. Just a way to remember it. Toshma, Perus Mefuzorim, it says in the Mishnah, someone found fruta scattered, how very good, there's no simin, and it said the Mishnah, it's a clear raya to Rava, the Yushaloi Midas lo have a yush, because it can see that it's a reilu shaloi. Says the Gemara, we said already in Omad Aleph that Peres Mefuzam is not talking about where he lost it, it's talking about where he left it there, so he knew about it, so there's no Yush Lo Midas, it's Yush Midas. When you come and pick it up, the Yush already happens. So Abaye agrees in such a case that Aryeh Shaloi. Next kasha, Toshma, Mois Mefuzora is scattered coins, Aryeh Shaloi, Amai Holo Yoda Denofa Minei. When you picked it up, maybe the master never didn't know yet that he lost it. He wasn't misyayish yet. To Rava. So the Gemara, over there we could explain like Rav Yitzchok, like later on the page Rav Yitzchok says, we could use the same teretz over here. A person every minute, every hour, checks his pocket to see how much money is, he lost any of his money. So therefore, when I find money in the street, I can assume that the master already checked, he realized that he lost it, and he gave up. And therefore, it's Yush Midas, it's not Yush Eloi Midas. So there's no kasha on Abaye. Toshma from the next case of the Mishnah, Igulit Vela, Vikikore Shenachtum, Arelu Shaloi, Amai, Volo Yoda Denofa Minei. How is Arelu Shaloi? The master didn't know that he lost it. So the Gemara, so Nami Agav the Akiri, since they heavy, made a Yodibu, he knows quite soon after he drops it that he lost it and he's misyayish because there's no simin. Toshma, Leshoni Shalar Gramon, another case in the Mishnah, Arelu Shaloi, Amai, Holo Yoda Denofa Minei, when maybe the master doesn't know yet that he fell from him. Says the Gemara, Samnami Agav the Chashivi, since they have a lot of value, these woolen, purple bundles, Mishamshi, Mishmushabu, he checks all the time if it's still on him. Like we said, the din of Rav Yitzchok about coins, about money, they checks every minute in his pockets. Also over here, he checks all the time that it's on him. And if he lost it, obviously he knows already that it's lost, and he was misyayish. Someone who finds coins in a shul, in a beis medrash, or anywhere where lots of people gather. The question we asked before from our Mishnah, we're asking the same question from this Brisa. So the Gemara, Omar Ritzchok, here Ritzchok said this Chiddush, that with money, he checks all the time how much money he has on him, and if he lost it, he'll know about it, and therefore it's Yush Midas. There is a din of the Torah that in the field you have to leave leket for the anim. So what stage after he left it for the anim, anyone could take it, even someone who's not poor. Says the Gemara, says the Brisa, when the nimushos will go in the field. And we ask, what does nimushos mean? Rabbi Yochanan explains that it's old people who go on their stick, walking around very peacefully, like old people who walk slowly and they see every piece of peace. And after that, the anim are misyayish from the leket, because these old people who go very slowly and patiently went, obviously there's nothing more to gather. Rish Lakish or no, likuti bosa likuti. It means when two groups of poor people went already, and they went over the whole field, so Nanim are misyayish, and therefore anyone can take this leket that's left in the field. Correct the Gemara of Amaini, that named Miyash. Very good. I name over here know that the old people went already, or that the Likuti Basa Likuti went, and therefore the Miyash, and therefore anyone could pick it up. But Ikani Beduch Tachrini Deloy Miyashi. People, there are the name in other places who don't know about it, and therefore they know Miyash. Very good when they find out about it that already Ol Chubar Nemusha Zelbenis Yash. But now they know Miyash. L'cheret to write over. They use Shlomidas. Have a use. L'cheret lefia by what's pshat? How could anyone take it? Amri said the Gemara Teretz came in the Ikani Mocha. Since there's poor people here, Hanoch, the ones from the other cities, Mikora Yush Miyash. Since they're not going to be in this town, they're already Mikora, they'll be Miyash. Amri v'Amri, and they say, the people from this town are going to take it, and therefore they live in a different town. The Mikora already Miyash from anywhere where they won't be and collect the leket themselves. And therefore there's no kasha on Abaye. Toshma, come and listen, Ktiois or figs, they cut them with a metal tool, and when you cut them, some white like juice comes out of it, and you put it on the side to dry. So if someone found ktzios baderech on the path, afilu b'tzad sodek ktzios, even in the side of the field where there's lots of ktzios laid down to dry, if there is a fig tree that's on top that goes out of a private property into the derech harabim, motzotein in tachteh, and he found figs underneath it, mutorish mushum gazel, you can keep it, it's a reilu shaloi. Upturas min ha'maisa, it's hefka, you don't have to give maisa, because maisa you only have to give something that belongs to a private person, but on hefka there's no maisa. Vesesimu charuvim with olives and charuvim also. Then you can't take it if you found it underneath a tree. So the Gemara Bishlim Reisha Abaye loy kasha lechora. The Reisha is a kasha on Abaye. That why? Because the Reisha it says that by the figs you could keep it. Lechora Shlomidas. Why the loy kasha? Agav the chashidi, since it's choshev memashmesh bo, it's like coins, and therefore he'll know if it's lost by the time he picked it up. Te'ino nami, and also with a fig tree. Meida Yoda the natural. He knows that some of them fall to Rishus Rabbim, and he's Mesiyash already mechatchila. Elo seifa l'rova kasha l'chera by charuvim and zeisim, that we said that you're not allowed to take them. It's a kasha l'chera, the owner will be Mesiyash because it's tov Hashem beisimin, and we could see yush lo midas lo have a yush. So the Gemara, the Ktoni, what's a kasha bezeisim charuvim also. Amar Ravo says a Torah, Chinese eyes. Olive is different. Oil v'chazusu mechiach olav. You can recognize it's like it has a siman because each olive tree has different types of olives, so the master could bring a siman, and therefore he's no miyash. And now the Gemara continues. If some gersois will not go it, but we're going to be it. And the Gemara answers another thing. The afalgab the natural veifi, even though that it's normal that the olives drop. Made the yodi duchta the inishu. People know that this belongs to this olive tree. And therefore, there's no use because it's like it has a siman and we know where it came from. If so, why by figs that come off a tree, we should also say he has a siman and he's no misyayesh? So the Gemara, Amar Papa, Teino, even if Teino, when it falls on the floor, gets squashed, so have no real value to the bailim. So therefore, the bailim, even though maybe he has a siman on them, he'll be misyayesh from them and he'll say, I don't need them. And therefore, a person is allowed to take them, and there's no problem of Yush Shalom Midas. And we're going to leave you here. Thank you very much.